Good evening. Sorry we are starting our class a little bit late. So sorry about that. Before we get to the topic of today's lesson, I will ask us a question. Have you traveled recently? If you have, where did you go to? How did you get to your destination? Did you travel by air, by land, by sea, or by rail? Whatever answer you have for me brings us to the topic of today's lesson. Today we'll be talking about transportation. Wow, it's a very interesting topic. You come to school every day by one means of transportation or the other, especially car. Before we get to the meaning of transportation, I want us to look at our learning objective. At the end of today's lesson, you will study the meaning of transportation. You will describe the olden means of transportation and identify the modern means of transportation. From there, you'll be able to give some meanings of transportation. Let's look at the meaning of transportation. Transportation means movement of people, goods, and services from one place to another. It is an art of carrying people or goods from one place to another. In the olden days, people were moving from one place to another with the means of camel, donkey, horse, or canoe. From our picture here, you will see a camel that is laden with loads. You will also see donkey carrying people, possibly from their farm, because already they are tired and they cannot walk again. You will also see a horse carrying people. And by my right hand side, you will see a canoe ferrying people across to another part where they are going to. All this were used in the olden days. Now, people go by land, rail, or road. When you talk about land, you talk about rail. Rail is train. Road use cars, tricycles, buses, trailers, and motorcycles. Water, people go by ship and speedboat on water. And by air, people choose aeroplane and jets. Let's look at these pictures. You can see an aeroplane there. You can also see train. When people go by aeroplane, they go by air. When people go by train, they go by rail. When they go by car, they go by land. When they go by ship, they go by water. This will take us to importance of transportation. Why do people need to move from one place to another? It makes movement easy. It makes movement faster. It helps to get goods where they are needed. It helps people to move from one place to another. Yes, transportation is very important. Without transportation, we will not have what to eat. It's by means of transportation that what we eat gets to us. We will be stopping our lesson here today. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at many other means of transportation now that has not been mentioned here. I will be sending a fun activity shortly after now. Thank you. Bye.